Hello and welcome to another Cardano NFT video. So this one is going to be a little different. I'm going to try and explain what happened last night with the Bright Palz drop, the mint, because there was some confusion, some problems, and I wanted to talk about that and clear a few doubts and misconceptions. First up, I want to start with an apology because I contributed a little bit to the whole confusion as well. So what happened was there was a rumor going around that the mint was botted and a few accounts bought up the whole thing. And we ended up seeing a wallet with a lot of NFTs, hundreds, and we thought maybe this was botted. So this was not the case. This was basically a smart contract wallet from the marketplace itself. Now, one of the reasons why a lot of people got confused is partly because we don't know, and secondly, because a few hours before the mint, CNFT made a huge update where every new listing would be a smart contract listing. So no longer the old escrow system. The old listings would still stay there, they're still there, but any new listings placed by sellers on cnft.io will be based on smart contracts. They probably did this just before this mint because this was such a big mint. So yeah, this was probably the reason why a lot of people got confused and thought somebody botted the mint and got all the NFTs. So that was not the case. So I want to put it out there that I made a mistake and I apologize to Bright Palz for getting involved in this confusion. Anyway, so now let's just look at what happened because there were a lot of issues. So all right, so now I'll try and explain what happened in a chronological order so you have a better idea of what went wrong and what we can avoid as a community and what other projects can learn from this so we don't end up in a similar situation. So a day before the mint was supposed to happen, what they said was they'll be withholding the minting method until approximately 30 minutes before the drop. This was to avoid the drops trying to get all the NFTs, which is fine. Now the next day, an hour before, they blocked all the chat, closed all the channels, and then you can see 23 minutes before the mint. Now I'm in India. Mint was 2100 UTC, which would be 2:30 a.m. in India. So keep that in mind. So this is 23 minutes before. They dropped the instructions. So basically they created another channel called confirmation channel. People were supposed to put their address and then wait for a notification from the address before they can mint. This was made very clear, and 3 transactions per wallet. Now if you look at this here, address confirmation only begins at 2100 UTC. Wait until time to confirm and the chat will open under announcement. So this was made very clear. You can see here, only send after your wallet has been confirmed. Transactions are sent before the confirmations that are sent will be rejected and refunded. Keep that in mind because this is where the problem starts. So you can see here 2:19. So 11 minutes before, they said here confirmations will begin at 2100. They dropped the channel 11 minutes before what they said here. This resulted in a mass panic and everybody was dropping their addresses like crazy. This resulted in the whole server dying, the Discord dying, and people were not getting their confirmations. I did not get my confirmation, and there are thousands of people. At one point, there were like over 14,000 people. So you can imagine 11 minutes before the mint, 14,000 people dropping their address at the same time. What's going to happen? So address will be posted at drop time 10 minutes. Now, with all the issues happening, they still went ahead and posted the address. Now, obviously, they've deleted the address right now, but address was posted maybe a minute or so after the time. So they went ahead and posted the address. Now, this created a lot of problems because some people were waiting for the confirmation and some went ahead and posted and used the address and sent the transaction anyway. I was one of them. And then we get this message at 2:44. So this 14 minutes afterwards, we are sold out. 500 confirmed addresses were prioritized. After that, Discord crashed. And here you can see here at 9 minutes after the mint, we are forced to push what comes, our server keeps crashing. Now, basically they broke their own rules. If you see up here, only confirmed wallets. So this created a lot of issues. What happened was people thought 500 wallets bought everything. That was the first reaction because it wasn't worded properly here. 500 confirmed addresses were prioritized. So what happened was first 500 were verified, then the bot failed, and then they basically used a first come first serve thing on the rest. So it wasn't just 500 people who minted. If you look at the wallet holdings, they're like almost 2,500, maybe a little more. So they did not get botted. 500 people did not get all the NFTs. But the way they wrote it here, that's what people assumed. A lot of people I saw on Twitter were confused. They thought 500 wallets got all the NFTs, which is why some of them were very angry. Now, what would have been better, in my opinion, is first and foremost to stop the mint when the Discord bot was crashing, and then set the mint date a few days later, a week later. Just think it through, maybe come up with a different plan instead of going ahead and posting the address when most of the people, like 500 got confirmed and 13,500 were waiting. Some of us took the gamble and took the transaction, like send them data anyway, and those were the people who got the NFTs. So people who broke the rules actually benefited here. So that is why a lot of people are mad about this. Now, my issue with this whole thing is why not consult some of the other projects in the space before going with a mint like this? Wild Warriors did a very interesting system where they had a reservation system to avoid congesting the network. Happy Hoppers did a whitelist and like a window where they had 6-hour windows and people could mint one per window. That avoided congesting the network and everybody was happy. And those were like crazy, there was crazy demand for those projects as well. It's not like those were like smaller projects that did not sell out. Both 10K and 11K projects, more than Bright Palz. And they both did. So why were they not consulted? Why did they try to do this their own way? I feel this was like the biggest mistake. Instead of consulting established projects, getting opinions from more experienced people in the CNFT space, they decided to come up with their own system. So that was lack of experience, I feel. Shouldn't have happened like this. So anyway, then of course all of this happened and they cleared the air with the wallet thing. So in short, it's not as bad as it appears now, but at the time, thousands and thousands of people were left hanging, unhappy, confused. The wording wasn't clear, and people who broke the rules basically benefited. So it wasn't botted. A few accounts did not get all the NFTs. The 3 transaction per 3 NFT per wallet thing was applied, and only 3 did get, like everybody who minted, they got 3, at least the ones who got it. So that did not happen. They did not break the rules there. What they did was, when they focused on the whitelisting and the confirmation system, and then last moment they decided to just hell with it and just use a first come first serve thing. That messed up everything because a lot of people were following the rules, waiting patiently to get the notification from the bot, which never came. And those who went ahead, they got the NFTs. So unfortunately, yeah, my biggest takeaway is if you are a new project, if you are going to mint, please consult the more established projects. Ask them, get in touch. Like I said, Wild Warriors, Happy Hoppers, get in touch with those guys. They came up with great systems, and they came up with those systems to help other projects with this thing. So don't go alone, consult the more experienced people, and hopefully this won't happen again.